The best gaming monitor shows off your graphics card's full power. It makes picking up a 4K card like the RX 6800 XT worth it. There's no point in having all that power fuel a weak 1080p, 60Hz monitor. Avoid the bottlenecks and upgrade your monitor to something that will make games look outstanding and run smoothly. First, you need to realize the symbiotic relationship between your graphics card and gaming monitor. For example, there's no reason to pick up a super expensive 4K monitor with high refresh rate if your old GTX 1070 can only do 1080p at 50 FPS. The best displays need the best graphics cards to achieve their full glory. Now, if you manage to score yourself a fancy new NVIDIA RTX 3080 or one of those AMD's RX 6000 series GPUs, you've got plenty of options to choose when it comes to gaming monitors. These GPUs can handle 4K panels at decent frame rates, providing the prettiest gaming experience. If you're more of a competitive gamer who values speed over anything else, one of the high refresh rate monitors is where you want to look. If your current GPU struggles with. Number 8 on the list is Gigabyte M28U. The M28U ticks all the boxes for both the PC gamer and the Xbox Series 10 or PlayStation 5 owner. It features a stunning 28-inch IPS panel, which delivers excellent picture quality and depth of color. However, the big sell for gamers will be the 144 Hz, 120 Hz on console, refresh rate, and 2 milliseconds MPRT response time. That's certainly quick enough for our tastes, and to look good while delivering that speed is a huge deal. What makes the M28U an even bigger deal is that it's actually rather affordable. It's still quite a lot of money to throw down on a monitor alone, but considering what other 4K monitors with this sort of feature set are going for, it's as close to a steal as you're going to get at 4K. Number 7 on the list is Pixio PX277 Prime. The Pixio PX277 Prime is about as barebones as it comes in regards to gaming monitors. This 27-inch 1440p panel provides frames at a stable 165 Hz and is also FreeSync certified for a tear-free gaming experience with compatible graphics cards. The screen itself is advertised as anti-glare and holds up in most brightly lit environments, and the thin bezel is always a plus in our book. The biggest selling point of the PX277 Prime, though, is its low price point. A great entry-level option for those looking for a larger screen with a high refresh rate and don't want to be left totally broke. While the build quality isn't as robust as a higher spec screen, the Pixio panel is perfect for the budget gamer who doesn't mind missing out on some of the bells and whistles of a higher-end monitor but is keen for top performance. Number 6 on the list is Dell S3222DGM. We'd all love to have $1,000 burning a hole in our back pockets to blow on a new gaming monitor. But back in the real world, the Dell S3222DGM wants a crack at the kind of budget most of us actually have. It's a 32-inch beast with a VA panel running at up to 165 Hz and delivering 2560 by 1440 pixels. Yup, the tried and tested 1440p resolution, the sweet spot for real-world gaming according to many, the perfect balance between performance and visual detail. The catch is all that normally applies to 27-inch models. 32 inches? That makes for a pretty big panel for 1440p in terms of pixel density. Where the low pixel density hurts most is actually in Windows. If you like crisp fonts and lots of desktop real estate, this isn't the monitor for you. For everyone else, well, it comes down to the value proposition. There are faster monitors. There are monitors with superior IPS-powered image quality. There are monitors with all kinds of HDR support not found here. And others with far more pixels or more dramatic aspect ratios. But it's worth remembering that pricing for this class of display, a 32-inch 165Hz 1440p panel. Number 5 on the list is Alienware 25AW2521HF. It may have once been a niche, but 240Hz gaming has become more widespread, and Alienware has set itself ahead of the pack with the gorgeous AW2521HF gaming monitor. While not the cheapest on the market, it has the style and performance to make you want it on your desk. Gamers will dig the Alienware 25's lightning-fast response time in games like Valorant and Destiny 2 with little to no ghosting or artifacts. This 1080p IPS panel is bright and vivid too. If you work or game in a bright room, the Alienware 25 handles even the most obnoxious glares. More importantly, the AW252HF has some impressive viewing angles regardless if you have it set in the middle of your desk for gaming or off to the side as a second monitor in portrait mode while you work. Our only real complaints are the lack of HDR support, along with a lack of contrast, but it remains one of the best gaming monitors. Number 4 on the list is Dell S2722DGM. Much like the mystical ways of the Force, PC gaming is all about balance. There's little point weighting your system too heavily in one direction without paying attention to the whole package. Why bother pairing your RTX 3080 with a 60Hz 1080p screen? Likewise, why spend big on a 4K monitor when you're only sporting a Radeon RX 6600? The classic 27-inch Dell S2722DGM marries that screen real estate with a 2560 by 1440 native resolution, which gives you a great pixel pitch for fine detail. At 1440p, it's also a decent resolution for getting high frame rates without the GPU demands of a 4K display. It's also capable of delivering that resolution at 165 Hz, higher than the IPS-based Gigabyte above it. This VA panel also means it has a far higher contrast ratio, too, given the technology's inherent strong contrast. It's also a great price. Dell delivers high-quality gaming panels, with all the features you need and few extraneous ones to bump up the price. And that makes it one of the best gaming monitors for most PC gamers today. Number 3 on the list is Gigabyte G270. The G270 proves that you don't need to spend a fortune for a decent IPS 1440p display. At $330, Gigabyte's 27-incher packs in plenty of sought-after features, but more importantly, it provides rich color and smooth gameplay. The 144Hz refresh rate doesn't hurt, either. The Gigabyte G270 is a bit of a plain Jane compared to other more pricey options. It's a flat, 27-inch display with a design that wouldn't stand out in an office environment. But it's actually one of the best gaming monitors I've had the pleasure of using. Not only does it have a gorgeous, vibrant panel, but it's also HDR capable and packs plenty of useful features designed to enhance your gaming pleasure. Number 2 on the list is LG 27GN950B. 4K gaming is a premium endeavor. You need a colossal amount of rendering power to hit decent frame rates at such a high resolution. But if you're rocking a top-shelf graphics card, like an RTX 3080, RTX 3090, or RX 6800 XT, then this dream can be a reality, at last. The LG Ultra Gear is the first 4K Nano IPS 1 millisecond gaming monitor that'll properly show off your superpowered GPU. This 4K 27-inch HDR monitor has a 144Hz refresh rate and 1 millisecond response time, which is kind of wild for a 4K monitor. What is most impressive, however, is the Nano IPS tech that offers a wider color gamut and stellar viewing angles. The LG Ultra Gear 27GN950B bags you a terrific panel with exquisite IPS image quality. Despite the lesser HDR capabilities, it also nets beautiful colors and contrast for your games too. G-Sync offers stable pictures and smoothness, and the speedy refresh rate and response times back this up too. Number 1 on the list is Alienware 34QD OLED. Alienware delivered the first legitimately impressive OLED gaming panel to PC. For years, you've had to deal with IPS and LCD screens while televisions and phones started incorporating OLED technology into their construction. Now, we can finally recommend an outstanding OLED gaming monitor. The Alienware AW3423DW gaming monitor boasts Samsung's new QD-LED tech that combines an ideal RGB sub-pixel structure with quantum dot technology. This produces both excellent color saturation and brighter pixels without any loss in clarify for things like fonts. In other words, this monitor brings 99.3% coverage of DCI-P3 color space and 1000 nits brightness for a portion of the panel. The HDR on this thing is unparalleled. Combine that with a solid 175 Hz refresh rate and a 0.1 milliseconds response time and this thing is hands down the best monitor for gaming right now. If you regularly play fast-paced competitive games or even if you want to chill out and explore Elden Ring, this monitor will keep up.